Hey everybody, hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to be making a series of videos for you guys to help you along the way in this last unit of the year, which is stoichiometry. All right, and stoichiometry problems can be a little tricky for a lot of students. It's a lot of math, so I'm going to try to set you guys up again with these videos to help you, and you can go back and reference along the way. It'll also help you guys use this roadmap, which you guys will be able to use on your practice problems, on your test at the end of this chapter, and on the final. Right? So being able to navigate and use this roadmap will set you up for success in this chapter. So the good part with stoichiometry is it's going to use a lot of the skills that we learned in the last chapter, in that mole chapter, and just do some longer conversion factors, but still using dimensional analysis or that set of fractions in order to successfully convert one substance into a new one. All right, so let's first just read the word problem and underline some important information, and then I'll show you how to label and use the roadmap and set up your fractions. All right, so first just notice we have a balanced chemical equation up top we're going to use, and the word problem says how many moles of Al2O3 are produced if we react 13.4 moles of Al with excess oxygen. Now, that last part, excess oxygen, anytime you see a substance or a formula with excess, that just means that there's so much oxygen in the reaction that it is never going to get used up, and it is not going to be useful to predict how much we end up with in our problem. So if you see excess something, just cross it out, eliminate it, because it's just going to confuse you, it's just going to mess you up in the end. All right. Now the next step for setup is we are going to label in our chemical equation what is A, the starting substance, and what is B. Because if you look at your roadmap, the goal in all these problems is to take one substance, the starting substance, substance A, and turn it into substance B. Now the units may change. You can see some of these have moles, some of these have grams, but the word problem is going to tell us where we're starting in terms of that unit and where we end on the roadmap. So we're going to label the equation with A and B so we can clearly be able to find the coefficients we need. And A is always going to be the substance that has a number with it. Only one of the two substances in each problem is going to have a number. So since there's 13.4 moles of Al, that means Al is going to be A. And the other substance that just has a unit, says moles of Al2O3, is going to be B. Now the next thing we can do is look at our roadmap and figure out where we're going. Where are we starting and where are we going to end? All right. I'm going to highlight it on here, but I'd recommend not highlighting it or writing on your roadmap because you're going to use the roadmap for every single problem, and it may end up getting messy and confusing if you kind of like mark it up too much. All right, so in order to figure out where we're starting, you find A first, right? And we look for the unit that is attached with A. So we know aluminum is A, and it says moles of aluminum. So that means we must be starting at moles of A. Then we do the same thing with substance B. So again, Al2O3, that's B. Its unit is moles as well. So that means we're going to end at moles of B. So you can see this problem is fairly short, and we're not going to need those two blocks at the left and the right of the roadmap. We just need the two in the middle. All right, so now we have our word problem sorted out. We have our equation and our roadmap labeled. We are going to start setting up our conversion factors or our fractions. All right, so to do that, just like in the last chapter, we find the substance that has a number with it. We put it in the numerator or the top of a fraction. So we're going to put 13.4. Make sure you include the units, moles of Al. And the first fraction is always just over 1. No units, nothing in the first fraction on the bottom except for 1. Then we'll set up our next conversion factor, our next fraction. We'll actually use the roadmap to figure out what the fraction is going to be. So if we're moving from moles of A to moles of B, that means we must use this conversion factor here in order to make that movement. So when we look at the top of the conversion factor, it says the coefficient of b. Remember, coefficient is the number that is in the front or on the left side of the formula. So our coefficient for b would be a 2. And remember, our coefficients are representing moles, so it would be 2 moles of Al2O3. Then the bottom of our fraction, our conversion factor, is coefficient of A. So again, we look for where we labeled A. It has a 4 as the coefficient, so we'll have 4 moles of Al. Now for this problem, we could check to see if we need another conversion factor, but we already got to where we wanted to end, right? We went from moles of A to moles of B. So we're done, and we can actually calculate this, all right? So remember when we did these calculations last time, anything in the numerator, the top of the fractions got multiplied, and anything in the denominator got divided. So if I plug this in my calculator, I would do 13.4. We always move left to right, so we start with that 13.4. We're going to multiply it by 2, because that's up top, and divide it by 4. And if you plug that in your calculator correctly, you should get 6.7. Now, last step, we need to make sure we include a unit with our number. So in order to find that, you always look at the numerator, the top of the last fraction, and you copy that unit down. So this would be 6.7 moles of Al2O3. All right, and that works because, remember, we need to make sure the numerator in the fraction on the left, the unit, matches the denominator of the fraction on the right, so that these units cancel out, which successfully got us to moles of B. All right, hope this helped you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.